Hello, my name is Alana, and I'm an intuitive and a mystic and a goldsmith. And I've been doing these little messages from spirit to provide encouragement and guidance through these crazy times. I'm there with you. I'm not removed from that. I just have in my practice to use my channeling abilities to help myself and others. So, if you'd like to work with me one on one, I have mentorships available and one on one readings available on my website, alanaheavenly.com. So, typically, I have a pre channeled message, and I'd like to channel something right now. So, if I'm taking any breaks, it's because I'm listening. Mm. Mm. What's really deep in my heart today is responsibility. And that includes the responsibility that we have for being in our power, using our gifts, and taking sacred action. It is, in many ways, easier to play small and say, why me? Why am I so depressed? Why are these things happening to me? And just make yourself smaller and smaller and smaller in the process. And in that process, you forget that Spirit and God are working through you. In that process, you forget that you have a connection to the cosmos. In that process, you forget all of the divine support, the angels, the spirit guides, your ancestors who would love to assist you. And they'll give you the option to be small. They'll let you play small if you want to play small. They'll let you continue these cycles if you really want to continue the cycles. Or you can decide, okay, I'm going to choose the empowered role. I'm going to choose the role where I can grow into myself. I'm going to decide to take these active steps every day. I'm going to listen and do. In my times before I had my awakening, I was such a doer. My mind would want to do all of these things. And then as I got into spirituality, I was very more like heady and in the clouds. And I had an awakening over the summer when I realized in my core that it's about both being in your body, being grounded, and being able to connect to these unseen realms. And how can we do both at the same time? How can we embody all that we are at the same time? And that means in these moments when you feel smaller, that you can remind yourself that you are not small. And you can bring in your support to hold you, to comfort you, to console you, to wrap you up in their arms. This is not about being fake or faking it to make it. Sometimes that works for people. If it does, do you? Go ahead. But this is really about acknowledging that this is the state you're in and being responsible and saying, yes, I feel this way right now. What am I going to do about it? Am I actively choosing to stay in this place? And we're going to take some steps and listen or ask for support, either through teachers or through my spirit guides. How can I bring in more loving support in these moments. Responsibility. We are responsible for ourselves. We're responsible for the decisions we make and don't make. We're responsible for the things that we put off. And to simplify things, it's like, say you have a bill that you have to pay. You know you're responsible for that bill. You're responsible for going online and paying for it. And you know that you have to do this thing, but you keep putting it off and you keep getting reminders from yourself, your higher self, and get reminders even from the company that you got to pay this bill. And then you don't. You're just like, I don't want to do it right now. I don't feel like doing it right now. And you keep putting it off. And then as a result, you get these late fees. And then things get harder and it's a little bit more difficult to like pull yourself out of the mud because of something that you've been avoiding. You could have actively made the decision to do it sooner. A bit of an oversimplification, but that's what I'm being shown about how we're responsible for making these decisions for ourselves. And it may seem heavy at times, but it's not. It's a beautiful co creation with spirit, it's a beautiful co creation with life. You know, we're not here as drones. We can create life as we go and decide what beauty we want to create in our day, decide how we want to be happy and what happiness we can bring forth in our day. Instead of waiting for that happiness, well, let's create that happiness. Let's create that beauty. Let's grow those flowers in our own lives. So instead of waiting, let's be responsible and take that action. I love you. Have a beautiful day.